My name is John Chen, course instructor for software testing. Welcome. This is a brief overview of the course content. So, our presentation covers the following topics: what is software testing, the challenges with testing, and do a brief review on the course content, what we're going to learn by taking this course. So, what is software testing? As it is captured here, software testing is the process of executing software system to determine whether it matches its specification and executes its intended environment. Here, I'd like to bring your attention that specifically about specifications and its intended environment. These are two key metrics that we're going to consider in depth. Specifications can be captured in many forms. For example, flowchart is a form of specification. A functional specification captured in a PDF file is a form of specification. And then in terms of the intended environment, we have different operating system or software revision levels and product configurations, right? Those are the examples of the intended environment. So, programming can be very effective way to show the presence of bugs, but is hopelessly inadequate to show the absence. What does it mean? By the way, this statement is made by Dr. Dijkstra, a very famous computer scientist. His main area of knowledge or contributions are in computer algorithms. But his key point here is really that test is very helpful to detect bugs, but it cannot guarantee 100% that your software is bug-free, right? That's the last statement, what here is referring to. It is hopelessly inadequate for showing their absence, right? No matter how much testing you do, it is always very difficult to guarantee that your software is bug-free. So that gives you an indication on the challenges of software testing and its significance to it. So let's go to the next level. What is a computer bug? And here's a little funny story, right? Why it is called a bug and not a defect, not a malfunction, or or some people sometimes might call it a feature. This is a true story, right? It goes back to the vacuum tube age computer, that how the computer was built with the vacuum tubes, and there's actually bugs that fly into the makes contact into the computer room and make contact with the computer, and hence cause the defect or the malfunction in operation of a computer. So this is why it is called a bug, a computer science terminology. Nowadays, you often hear people would say, a feature also. A feature really means in the case that when a bug there's no fix or there's no how to get it fixed, a bug becomes a feature. So computer bug is a standard terminology that we all use, and I think most of our students understand that terminology to it. But here it gives you a flavor on its history, right? So next, let's have an in-class discussion why we do testing, right? So I'd like to ask you a few questions. Question number one is really, can you imagine if WeChat released a new version of a software without all of the the backward compatibility test, right? We all, once in a while we all experience, WeChat release a new versions of software as any other software companies. It all has many good enhancements and useful features. But can you imagine WeChat released its new version without doing all the testing? Especially your newer version of WeChat doesn't work backward. Behind the story, there's a lot of testing involved in it. I want you to think about that. And then my question number 2 is really want to think about why we have so many patches and updates regularly on the Windows PC or even on your Mac or on your Linux operating system, right? Does it have to do with the adequacies of the test or the challenges of test? I want you to think about that, and let's discuss that in class. All right? So let's move on. So let's explore the idea of why can every bug be found, right? Clearly, we have too many possible paths in terms of the program execution. We also have too many possible inputs. Imagine you have various interface and try to enumerate all the possible combinations of the input stimulus. And then the third item is really we have many usage environments and user environments, right? That, for example, that includes software versions, product configurations, etc. And lastly, we constantly keep adding enhancements to the software under test, right? So these are the some of the key factors that I want you guys to think about. Any additional inputs from the class? I would love to hear from you. All right, so let's look at next onto the course content and what we get out by taking this class. So on week 1 of the class, we're going to do a self-introduction and do a very preliminary level overview of the course that include topics of what is testing, what are the variables and factors. It is really a high-level introduction. On week 2, we'll talk about the testing profession, the state of the art, and the status of it. In particular, we explore the question of why there's so much demand for software testing skill. In particular, we're going to examine the specification aspects of software testing, right? That includes documentations and the formats of specifications. On week 3, we are going to focus on black box versus white box testing, what they are, and when to use the black box and the white box testing, why do we use it, what it is. So these are the classic testing methodologies that we're going to dedicate our week 3 onto the subjects. On week 4, we are going to take a high-level review of the programming languages and explore the testing platforms, test benches, and write our test cases and explore the testing development environment. It's just like, using Microsoft Visual Studio. what are the equivalent platforms for testing. On week 5, we're going to focus on debugging, right? What are the means and ideas of doing debug? Explore the tools and techniques in bug reporting and tracking. And we're going to focus on source code revision control, which is a very major skill for all the software professionals. So that's what we do on week 5. On week 6, we're going to have a firmer grasp on the essentials of testing, explore methods to build your test repositories and automate it. These are all practical skills we're going to learn and explore. On week 7, we are going to explore testing the essential 3 interface. Why we do so? Because bugs often show up in these areas, that is website interface, usability interface, and application program interface testing. Knowledge and skills in these areas will help you to land a job. So that's why we focus on it. On week 8, we focus on system level testing and also security aspects of it. And lastly, we do a course review. We are going to have a lot of live in-class discussions, hands-on practices, and it will be fun. We're going to learn and explore together. Thank you.